Okay, so let's talk about the elephant in the room. And that's the fact that I'm wearing the exact same hoodie as the last video and probably will wear the exact same hoodie in the next video. Now, I shoot all my videos on one day because it's just so much easier because I have such A1 lighting. So it's like, why would I just not just go through every single one of my video scripts and just shoot them all in one day? Hey, what's up guys? Sanjay here, and in today's video we're going to discuss a system that I use to write copy. I in no way came up with this, definitely not smart enough to come up with this, but it's a system that I use to essentially really reduce the turnaround time between having something come up in my mind, researching it, and then actually getting it and testing it. So the system is called AIDA. It stands for Attention, Interest, Desire, and Action. And it's a system that allows you to essentially figure out what the hell to say next, whenever you're writing copy. I feel like that's, you don't ever get writer's block when you're using AIDA because you know exactly what the next part of the copy needs to be. And so it's a great way to kind of picture, one, how someone reading your ad is going to kind of go from someone scrolling through their Facebook newsfeed to stopping to then clicking on the link, and then also allow you to write in a way to where you're not like coming up with like some crazy words like, oh, the water like flowed off his arms like milk or something. I don't know. I'm not a very creative writer, but you get the general idea. You can make everything super concise and straight to the point, and more importantly, you have a system so you don't have to spend like an entire afternoon writing an ad. Okay, so businesses are obviously about building systems. If you don't know why systems are important, go watch my video about how my social media marketing agency failed, and then you'll know exactly why it's important, because I didn't build a system to consistently get new clients in, and I got totally screwed. Now, that being said, let's also start another system, micro system, if you will, about writing your ads. So AIDA is a great system for beginners to use because it allows you to, one, really, the beauty of being a solopreneur or a beginner entrepreneur is the flexibility. You're not like Walmart who has to plan like 6 months ahead before putting a product out there. You can literally just like pull products out. You can, test different ad copies, all this other stuff just on a whim. And that's why AIDA comes in, because you can really maximize the turnaround speed between an idea coming in your head and you just putting it out and testing it to the world. Remember, done is always better than perfect. So that being said, what the hell is AIDA? AIDA stands for Attention, Interest, Desire, Action. Okay? I have no idea why I tried to say that as dramatically as I did. Now, we're going to obviously break down each one of these a little bit further, but like always, I like to give you an example. So I'm actually going to go into my computer right now, pull up that About Us script that I was talking about in the previous video, and kind of break down exactly what attention, interest, desire, and action, and exactly what those look like in my script, and kind of give you kind of a general mindset about where your prospect should be thinking about and kind of how you should write to accomplish the goal of each part of AIDA. Alright guys, so we're in my computer right now. As you can see, my desktop has gone through some spring cleaning. Now, I know what I said before we got into my computer. We were going to talk about the About Us script, but I decided I'm going to save that for the third video where we kind of sandwich together the customer avatar and the whole AIDA method to create the About Us script. But we're actually going to dissect some Facebook ads that I wrote using AIDA and kind of walk you through kind of my mindset behind how I wrote them, because I think you guys will get a lot more value out of this, because a lot of you want to get started running Facebook ads for your Shopify store. And the examples I have are specifically for either my personal brand or for Shopify stores or client Shopify stores that I've ran ads for. Now, let's pull up AIDA again. Okay, so the first thing in AIDA, attention. Okay, this seems pretty self-explanatory, but remember, you can't sell to someone if you don't have their attention. Okay, the average human has a attention span of 8 seconds, and the average goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. So, you're constantly fighting for attention. No one is going to buy something if they're not listening to you. So the first line needs to essentially either speak to someone's fears, goals, or essentially look like a very native post in the sense that it looks like something someone in that audience would talk to someone else in that audience. So, like always, I'm way better just showing you than instead of just telling you. So let's pull up an ad. Okay, so this is an ad that I wrote for Bayberry and Sage. They obviously sell, girls' clothing, girls' dresses, essentially kids' clothes. Specifically, this ad was targeting moms because obviously, little girls don't have credit cards and not making buying decisions. So the first line, it says in all caps, and it emphasis on the quotations. So it doesn't look like something just anything said. It looks like someone actually said it, like, someone, like I'm quoting someone. My daughter's clothes are so expensive. Now, the reason that I wrote it this way is, in my mind, I figured, oh, a great thing, a lot of times, kids, or excuse me, parents buy based on, things they hear from other parents. So the kind of mindset that I want to have for this ad was like, oh, like a mom was talking to another mom and she was like, oh man, my daughter's clothes are so expensive. And, our company is playing the mom that she's asking a recommendation for. And we're like, oh yeah, we hear you. All of our dresses are under $30. And that's kind of, the flow of the ad. Now, this ad worked really well simply because this, this little thing, one, it seemed like something that someone in that audience would say to someone else. It didn't seem like an ad. It didn't seem very salesy. It just seemed like, something that you might see on Facebook, like some exclamation on Facebook. So it really caught people's attention because people were like, oh yeah, I totally agree with that. My daughter's dresses are super expensive too. Or, people might just be curious, like, oh, like maybe this might be like a rant or something. So people, when they're scrolling, they stop for a second. They're like, yeah, I totally agree with that. Or yeah, I want to hear more about this because my daughter's clothes are expensive, or maybe they're just curious. But this ad did really great. And I think it has to do with this top headline because it really stopped people right in their tracks. So they're like, oh yeah, like my daughter's clothes are really expensive, and it doesn't seem salesy. The quotation marks make it seem like some mom said that, one of our customers might have said that, and we are answering a problem the customer has. And so this is obviously a great way to stop that. It's gonna stop people scrolling in their newsfeed on Facebook. It's kind of have like this like testimonial attention grabber. Now, these two ads are a little bit different. I'm going to kind of walk you through them. Now, if you notice, both these ads are using this little red siren thing. I've found that this always seems to, all the ads seem to do really well. These two are two lead generation ads, simply because I'm assuming that the red, is really eye-catching, because everything on Facebook is, white and blue. So when someone's scrolling, they see something red like that, it really stops people, from scrolling. Okay, so this is a kind of an attention everyone. So, I was only targeting people who already liked my page. So, liked my page or engaged with any of my posts. And it really allowed people to, be like, oh yeah, like, I've heard this brand before. Let me stop for a second. Maybe they have a big announcement. So that really worked right there. I don't recommend you do this running to cold traffic because people will just be like, what the fuck? Why should I care? But because I already had built up the, recognition of this audience, when I said attention everyone, people actually stopped for a second. So running this to cold traffic wouldn't really work. Even if you said attention e-com owners, honestly, I really don't think that's a very good attention grabbing headline. Now right here, so it says Facebook ads are a waste of money. Now this comes down to targeting. The customer avatar for this one was a small business owner who was a Facebook page admin and spending money on marketing. So that means that they're doing money by them, or excuse me, they're spending money and probably doing it by themselves. So, this is, Facebook ads are still, the eighth wonder of the world for a lot of people. Like, they think they're going to make millions, obviously doing it. And they can. Facebook ads are still highly profitable. There's still way more inventory. But, saying this, it's kind of like a controversial statement. So a lot of times people will say like, oh, fuck no. No, they're not a waste of money. I have this. So this automatically gets people just stopping, just either in a reactionary like, no, fuck that, you're wrong, or in a, oh, okay, let's hear this guy out, or okay, let me hear this other take. Because I mean, everyone, who in internet marketing, especially if you're on Facebook, and you're a business owner, you've definitely thought about being a Facebook ad, guru, or trying to learn Facebook ads. And to hear this, it either, gets a reactionary like, oh, fuck that, this guy's wrong, let me shit on him in the comments. Or hey, like let me see what this guy has to say. And then it says, if you aren't setting them up properly, here's this, download here. Okay, so next up on the ADA menu is going to be interest. Now, every line in your ad needs to sell the reader to read one more line, okay? So, like I said, humans have an 8-second attention span. So every line they read needs to essentially sell them on the next line that they need to read. Now, this part, you're going to be building interest in your product or service as the solution to your prospects' problems. Now you've got their attention, now you need to build interest in your product or service as the solution to your customers' problems. Now let me pull up two ads from the past. So these are both using very, very similar ad copy and in two different markets, but they seem to have very good results. So both of these, we were targeting people who wanted discounted clothes and discounted fishing reels in this one. So the interest building part comes to, we hear ya, get branded reels on sale today, and we hear you, all of our girls' boutique dresses are under $30. Now the we hear ya, okay, I've noticed, so whenever you're writing ad copy, you want to write like you're talking to someone. You don't want to write like you're writing to someone. So the we hear you, that's not, written English, that is spoken English. So it creates a sense of, very social, engaging copy as opposed to, some sort of formal like newspaper article or, newspaper ad, classified ad. So it doesn't seem like an ad. It seems like, like a conversation. Okay, and we're building interest saying get branded reels on sale today. So people in the fishing niche, they want to get branded reels like Cast King, the Abu Garcia reels. So, we're talking to the interest like, okay, yeah, like we get it, fishing reels are expensive, but you can get branded fishing reels on sale today. So it's building up interest and it's selling people to read the next line, which is new reels for the whole family. Same here. Okay, yeah, we get it. Like, your daughter's clothes are so expensive, but all of our dresses are just under $30. And they're like, oh, okay, so this is, the solution. All the clothes are under $30 for your, expensive clothes problem. And it's selling the reader to essentially keep reading on. And it's essentially, building up the interest in our product or service. Same here. Oh, branded fishing reels on sale. And then, they keep reading simply because this is like, oh, like something people in this niche want. They want branded reels that they recognize, but they don't want to pay the expensive price. Same here, they have expensive clothes for their daughter, but now all of our clothes are under $30. So like, oh, hey, that's pretty cool. Let me keep reading. So that's really what the interest is. You want to keep selling people on keeping on reading with your ads and building interest in your product or service. All right, guys, so the third part of AIDA is going to be desire. Okay, so desire, what does that mean? So people don't buy things because they need them. People buy them because they want them. Okay, so I might need to, buy, milk or something, but hey, let's say like a new pair of shoes came out that I really wanted. I'd much rather go buy that instead of go buy like a jug of milk. So people buy based on emotion. Okay, emotion is what makes buying decisions, and then people justify their emotional decision using logic, retroactively, if you will. So you really need to hammer in the benefits, not the features of your product, because benefits speak to the subconscious, the emotional side, as opposed to features which speak more to the logical side. So let's say you're selling a software company that is supposed to improve the productivity of employees. Like let's say you have like Slack or Asana or something like that, where you streamline projects. You might say like, okay, explaining a feature would be you can view all your daily tasks on one page, but the benefit would be your employees' workflow increases by 70%. Their productivity is 70%, so you don't have to constantly be on top of them. So that's kind of a benefit as opposed to describing a feature. Let me pull up an actual ad and kind of walk you through that. So right here, so we say new reels for the whole family. That's building up the desire. Now, most people who are buying fishing reels, they're usually the dads of the family. So they're buying reels, maybe they might have multiple kids. Based on our demographic research, we found out that the families in this niche, they had multiple kids. So, you might want to buy a reel for each one of your sons or daughters. And so we are kind of talking about, buying a new one. So we're not talking about, the Cast King male. We're not saying like this reel can hold 100 pounds of force or it's made out of carbon fiber and, it can hold this much reel. We're not talking about the features. We're talking about, hey, you can buy a reel for the whole family. The price is this main selling point here on this ad. And so we're like, yeah, you can now buy, multiple reels for your whole family without, breaking the bank. That's the benefit. Everyone in your family is happy because they get a new reel this fishing season. And so that's building desire because, oh, wow, reels that I can actually afford for my whole family because, we've done our research for the customer avatar. They're mainly dads who are married and have, up to 3 to 4 kids on average. So, they're not going to buy one reel for, all their boys or all their, children. They're going to buy a reel for each one. So they're like, oh, wow, now I can actually buy a reel for everyone in my family, building up that desire. I want to make this purchase. I want to click this link and make these purchases at this price. So yeah, that's a really good example of desire. You want to explain people the benefits of using your product. So, let's say you're selling, like a leash, okay, like a like a leather leash. So instead of saying like this leash is 6 feet long and it's made with genuine or handmade genuine leather, those are good, those are good features of your leash. But instead of saying that, you can say, oh, don't worry about cutting your hand on your leash with the nylon leash. Don't worry about dog hair getting caught on your leash. I don't know if you guys have dogs, but if you have a nylon leash, dog hair gets caught up in that and stuff. So you can talk about how you can keep it clean. It's really or you can say like you never have to worry about your hands getting hurt because it's genuine leather and it's really soft on your hands. So really, you're selling the feeling of comfort and cleanliness, as opposed to the feature of, oh yeah, this is 6 feet long. This is made handmade, genuine leather. That's all good, but it's not selling the emotion, and it's not creating the want factor. It's mainly selling to the logical side of the mind instead of the subconscious emotional side, which is making the ultimate buying decision. So that's why the desire part of this is really important. Yeah, so last but not least, we have action, and this specifically means call to action. Now, your call to action is getting someone to actually go from the ad to your website or your landing page. This needs to be super specific and very direct. Okay, so let me kind of show you what I mean by that. So let's pull up some of these ads. Okay, so right now it says here is a 7-step checklist to profitable Facebook ads. Download here, and it shows right here. Click the link below, and then it's pointing to the link. It's saying shop our boutique collection right here. Shop now. Okay, these are all direct things. This is telling someone exactly what action they need to get the result of our product or service. And so that's very direct. It's not like, oh yeah, so if you want, your checklist to profitable Facebook ads, just kind of, find a way around, or, just kind of reach out to us, or maybe click this link if you want to, or some, it's not anything like that. It says download here. So click here to download. Or, yeah, we understand, your girls, you want to get dresses for under $30. Yeah, just kind of, just let us know or something. It's not like a weak ask. It's just like shop our girls' boutique dresses. It's a very direct thing. People know, okay, when I'm clicking on this ad, it's going to take me to a product page where I can buy this. Okay, shop doesn't mean, that I'm going to be having to download this dress. It means I'm going to be able to shop this physical dress. Same here. It says click the link below. If you click the link below, I can get a chance to enter to win this leash. So all I have to do is click the link below. This is the shop. Let's see. Oh yeah, so download here. So this is obviously a free checklist, and it says, oh, I want to download this. This is what I have to click to download. And what do? I have to download it. So it's a very, very specific call to action that's very direct. Okay, people respond to words like buy now, download now, get now, or click here. These are all direct call to actions, and people really respond to that a lot better, as opposed to things like, oh, just like reach out, if you need help with this, reach out to us. No, that's not going to work. You need it to be a very specific call to action. And this part is super huge, because you wouldn't believe how many sales go through without the actual business asking for the sale. You need to ask the person to take the action. They're not going to take the action themselves. You need to ask, you need to make things happen. So that's why this is really important, because you're finally getting someone away from Facebook onto either your website or your landing page, whatever. So this is really important, because you're asking for the sale and you're getting the right people to click on the ad and go to your landing page or website. Okay guys, well that is Ada, and I hope you found a lot of value out of this video. If you found any value out of this video, be sure to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button below. Also, if you have any questions, or maybe I just didn't do a good enough job of explaining anything to you, be sure to leave them in the comments below. I answer all questions personally. You'll get a response to your question within an hour. Let's just say an hour, just for time's sake. But yeah guys, that's all I have for today. As always, it's been Sanjay. Keep grinding, keep hustling. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care. Bye.